Hello, this is a short introduction to BotUI, and if you don't know, it's a JavaScript library to create conversational interfaces. Well, not you can create as many you like, and you can create actually chat-like interfaces, and that could do anything you like. And for example, if you want to build a landing page to answer frequently asked questions or facts, you could do that. You could also use any NLP API to create a chat-like interface that user could write and get the response to. And or if you like, you can simply create a rock paper scissors bot with it. And there's an example section that you should check out on the website. It's pretty um, it's pretty good to give you an understanding of how you can use it and what are the methods that you can use. And it's a completely open source system available under the MIT license. It's on the GitHub. It uses the Vue.js library as a dependency, but you don't have to be using the Vue.js to be able to use this one. You can just add it to any project you like. And it is also customizable in terms of themes and styling. There's a whole section on the docs website that you can look at to understand how you can create new themes for it and customize it to your liking. And let's take a look at this hello world example to understand how it works. Boilerplate HTML example, and it uses this tag, container tag, which has this hello world ID. You can use any ID you like, but just know that it would be important, and you'd need to reference it later in the code. And that container then has this BotUI tag, which is also required. Everything else is just CDN scripts. This hello world is .js is the one that would be dealing with the bot logic. So let's look at that. As you can see, there's just one method being used in this code, and there's that ID that I was talking about in this. So this is just one method that is being used twice. You can see there's hello world from bot, which is here, hello world from human, which is there, and the only difference is human true property, which renders this message on the right side, which indicates that this was a response from the human, which is the user. So it is just a basic example, but I want to make it a little more interactive. So the goal of this little demo would be to be able to show a button here, and when that is clicked, only then it should show this message, and until then it should be hidden. And let's see how we can do that. So all of the methods on the BotUI instance would return a promise, a resolved promise, that is, it would never be rejected. And if you have worked with promises, you know that you can use .then method on the promise to continue the logic. So I have written the code already, and I'm just going to paste it here. So this uses the promise resolved then, and then it adds an action, a button action more specifically, and it says that the button should be shown after 1,000 millisecond of delay, which is 1 second. And it should just show one button and say go on now. You can show multiple buttons, but I'm gonna just show one here, and I'm gonna save and run the example again. You can see there's text, there's the other text, this one, but it shows the button at the end, and this message is not really hidden. It's being shown almost along with this one, and that is correct according to the nature of JavaScript. It is asynchronous, and it would execute the code in that order, in no particular order, that is. So this one is being executed after this one, and that is not very long. I want this to be executed after the button has been clicked. So as you know, I told you, as you remember, that every method returns a promise. This means that this method, which is being returned from this promise, also returns a promise. So I'm just going to use another then here, and I'm just going to cut this one to here. So now I'm telling BotUI to show this message, wait until that is resolved, which means it is rendered, and only then show a button, which should say go on now, and when that is clicked, only then show this message. Until the button is clicked, this will be hidden. So let's see if it works. Okay, so the message is not here now. There's a button that we can just click now. Okay, we clicked and the message showed. So this is almost all I wanted, but I'm gonna make a little more, a little better. So you see there's a delay property here. I'm gonna use the same one here to delay this message for about 1500 milliseconds after the button is clicked, to show the user that it was shown after that click. And I'm gonna click it, and here it comes after 1500 milliseconds or 1.5 seconds. But you see, after you click it, there's a feel like it's not working and everything is hidden, and which gives a feeling that the script is not working. So I'm gonna use a loading property, which should show the loading dots, and that would give the illusion that the bot is working on something. And let's see how that works. The button is here. When I click it, there's this loading dots, and after that there's this message, which is it was the goal, and I think we achieved it. So that's it, and I think I hope gives you a better understanding of how BotUI can be used. There are lots of different ways you can use it. You can use it, and you can look at the docs. You can create an issue if you have any problem with GitHub, and just play with it.